Hello there guys and welcome back to Blues Fans TV. And before anything else, let me wish you a Merry Christmas if you are celebrating. Otherwise, just I hope you're having a great day off, if you have a great day off. But, you know, of course, we're here for another Premier League match preview by myself as Chelsea are to take on Arsenal at the Emirates Stadium tomorrow on Boxing Day, with the kickoff being at 5:30 p.m. UK time. And ladies and gentlemen, it's a big one. Chelsea, Arsenal is a huge game in the first place, right? We dropped too many points recently as well, so absolutely have to win. And Arsenal are completely in the mud, arguably even in a bloody relegation battle, as crazy as that sounds. But exactly those things would make me a bit uneasy in a way. It feels a little bit like the opposite of the 15-16 season, when in December we were close to the relegation zone, but somehow still did the league double over Arsenal that season. But hey, be sure to stick around for the team news. No great news there, sadly, I tell you. But also my predicted 11, my analysis of Arsenal and how to beat them, at least in my opinion. But of course, if you're new here, please be sure to subscribe to Blues Fans TV. That would be massively appreciated if you could do that. Smash the like button if you want to wish me a Merry Christmas, if you're excited for the game tomorrow, and if you just want to cheer me up. You know, make me have a good day. And all of your likes make me have an even better day than I probably am already having. I am recording this a couple of days in advance on the 23rd of December. So I have Christmas off, basically. So, but yeah, you know, that's basically that. Of course, subscribe to Blues Fans TV. Like I said, smash the like button. And be sure to subscribe to my personal channel as well, to which the link is down in the description below. And as always, I will be doing an in-depth analysis live stream where I get your guys' thoughts involved, your guys' opinions involved the day after the game. I know this is only right between the Arsenal and the Villa game, so we'll be doing a preview for Blues Fans TV and the stream on my channel on the same day. But hey, we move, so be sure to subscribe for that. Help me reach 7,500 subscribers. And yeah, let me mention our sponsors quickly. If you want to order any of the new Chelsea kits, make sure you use the link in the description below and use our promo code VAR65 for up to 65% off. But now getting into the video, finally, I'm sorry, we have to do these things. As usual, starting it off with the team news that Frank Lampard provided in his pre-match press conference, which took place on the 23rd for me today. So mind you, things could have changed since then, and you know, we might not know about them before the game. But what Frank did tell us is that both Ben Chilwell and Reece James are a doubt for both the Arsenal and the Aston Villa game 2 days later. You could see that as bad news, but in a way you could also see it as good news, because there is at least a chance they could both feature in at least one of the games. Although I personally doubt it, it's still not a definite no from Frank, so I guess that's that. Of course, after how Chile rolled his ankle in the last game, it didn't look like he would be back for a few weeks anyways. And Reece James, there was even like reports of possible surgery. So, you know, the fact that they're at least only a doubt is, in my opinion, a good thing. But then the worst of the news for this press conference today was that the boss did confirm that Hakim Ziyech is still out injured and will not be ready for either of the next 2 games against Arsenal or Villa, but should be back within the next week or so. At least. I guess that is a little bit of a positive at the end. Otherwise, there wasn't much interesting said in that press conference, to be honest, other than Lampard calling Arsenal a good team with a good manager. Not sure about that one, G, but you know, each to their own, I guess. But now that we know the latest team news, I guess let's get into my predicted 11, as well as the team that I would pick for a Boxing Day clash against Arsenal. And of course, starting with my team on this side of the screen, and obviously Edouard Mendy starting goal. And of course, our centre-backs remain Thiago Silva and Kurt Zouma. At fullback, Ben Chilwell and Reece James would obviously start, or do obviously start if they can do, but if not, and I expect they won't be, it should be Emerson on the left and Azpilicueta on the right. Marcos Alonso better not start, Frank. Marcos Alonso better not start. Coming to the midfield, N'Golo Kante should return to his number 6 position in our 4-3-3 with 1 DM and 2 number 8. Mason Mount obviously keeps his left central midfield spot, and to be honest, even if he didn't do anything else right, he'd still have to start just for those corner deliveries at the moment. I mean, we've scored 8 goals from corners already this season, but of course, he does way more than just that, don't get me wrong, but even if he didn't, he should still kind of start, in all honesty. And then as the right centre midfielder, can Mateo Kovacic finally start, please? Please? Like, genuinely, I wouldn't be angry if it's Kai Havertz, actually, but if Jorginho is in this team again, even though I thought it was actually pretty decent on the weekend, or was it even on the weekend? The last game, anyways. It just has to be Mateo Kovacic, in my opinion. Fair enough if it's Kai Havertz, but in my opinion, it should be Mateo Kovacic. And then coming to the front three, Christian Pulisic obviously starts, if he's able to do so, but he should be. We had quite a few days off between the last 2 games. And of course, in my opinion, he should be playing on the left. There's no question about it. I want Christian Pulisic as our left winger. And as much as I criticise him, Timo Werner should start as well. You know, I know you might have expected me to say he shouldn't even start the game, but in my opinion, he should start. Because as much as I have a bit of a bad feeling for the game itself, I also actually have a good feeling about Timo Werner. And I think this will actually be the game where it clicks for him. I just have a feeling that it will when we finally, again, I guess, get to see that world-beater forward that we signed in the summer. Don't let me down, Timo. Don't let me down. You know how much I criticise you. And now I'm backing you up. I'm bigging you up. Please don't let me down and actually turn up. That would be bloody brilliant. But up top, it's a difficult one, but in my opinion, Tammy Abraham was so brilliant against West Ham. I know some people disagree and thought he was just lucky. I thought he was absolutely remarkable in any stretch of the imagination, to be honest, and has just absolutely earned himself a start against Arsenal. And also, don't forget, he scored the winner in this fixture last season, which also should count for a little something, if you ask me. But coming to my predicted 11, of course, on this side of the screen, and to be honest, it's not all too different. The same back five, Edouard Mendy, Thiago Silva, Kurt Zouma, Emerson, Aspie, unless Chile or Reece James are fit. Almost the same back midfield three as well, I guess. I just think that Frank Lampard will start Kai Havertz instead of Mateo Kovacic, which, like I said already, I wouldn't be totally upset by, even though I would personally probably prefer Kovacic. But of course, still Kante and Mason Mount as the other two of the midfield three. And I should add as well, I said it about Timo Werner, I said it in the title and the thumbnail already as well, especially without Hakim Ziyech, Kai, as well as Timo. We need you now. We really need you. And we need you to show us, and we need you to show everybody how good you are and absolutely annihilate Arsenal. Trust me, guys, we'll love you for it. We'll absolutely love you for it. So if there is any game that you want to pick to turn up, let it be this one. Let it be this one. I do also think that Frank Lampard will pick the same wingers as myself in Christian Pulisic and Timo Werner, but I do believe that he will switch them around and have Werner on the left, at least for the most part of the game. Of course, him and Pulisic will switch sides now and again, but I think in general it will be more so Timo Werner on the left. And then up top, it already was a tough one for my decision, but it's even more difficult to predict what Lampard is going to do, in my opinion, because Frank likes Tammy. I'm pretty sure Tammy Abraham impressed Frank Lampard against West Ham. And, you know, Tammy playing allows Timo Werner to get a lot more chances than when he plays with Olivier Giroud. Some people might disagree with this, but in my opinion, this is a factual statement. But I still have this feeling that he'll start the Frenchman. I think he will, and it would be, in my opinion, a bit unfair after the last game, how good Tammy was after that. But I still think he will. I still think he will. Let's see whether I'm right or not. Let's see whether I'm right or not. But as for the game itself, now, first of all, we need to bloody turn up. Start strong and keep going strong. None of the Everton business, none Everton away business of starting slowly. And also none of that West Ham business, West Ham at home business of starting strong. We're taking a bloody coffee break for an hour after 20 minutes. Can't be having any of that. We start strong, we go strong, we finish strong, we annihilate them. That's what I want to see. That is what I want to see. And a big reason for winning or losing will be our fullbacks. Now that we don't have Emerson, that we don't have Ben Chilwell and Reece James available, most likely at least, Emerson and Aspie aren't anywhere near as good as Ben Chilwell and Reece James. They really aren't. They don't cover the same amount of ground. They aren't as happy in possession, especially Aspie compared to Reece James. They're not as much of an asset in the final third, but on their day, both of them can do really special things. And let's just hope they both have a good day, I guess. Another thing we need to do is quick passing. We need much quicker passing than in our recent games. More intensity to make sure that we win the majority of second balls, because that wasn't quite there in the last 3 games either. And especially, you know, and obviously, especially from a certain someone, better finishing. Obviously, that's what we need, because let's be honest, we will create chances. Even if Arsenal are likely to play better against us than they have done for most of the season so far, we will create chances because we're actually really good. You know, we might not have always taken, you know, the biggest advantage of that in the last at least 3 games, or the 2 games before the West Ham game, I guess. But we're still good. We will create chances. But I guess that brings me on to Arsenal. And they're having a shambolic season so far. Absolutely shambolic. Currently 15th in the league, just 4 points off the relegation zone. 8 defeats already this season, which is less than only West Brom and Sheffield United. They don't score goals, with just 12 scored so far. Mind you, we've scored 29. That's a huge difference. And to make things worse for them, even defensively, they're not that great, with 18 goals conceded. Of course, there's a lot of teams worse than them at that, but still, it's not exactly brilliant. Their last league win is so long ago that I can't even fit it on an iPhone 11 screenshot, because it was against Manchester United. Fair play that was your last win, but still, on November bloody 1st. Imagine that. November 1st since the last won a Premier League game. I mean, they just lose it to everybody these days. Whether it be Burnley, Aston Villa, or Man City, they just lose. To be honest, I was actually quite surprised that they got a draw against Southampton. I was pretty confident ahead of that game that Southampton would win it. And statistically, they have the 4th lowest amount of shots on target this season, which is just poor. Only the 15th highest big chances created. Just 3 clean sheets. I mean, bloody Edouard Mendy has 6 already, and he didn't even play all of the games. The 3rd lowest successful tackles per match, which is really bad. And they're only 15th in winning the ball back in the final third as well. So clearly they don't exactly press. They might do against us, but in general, they do. And they're genuinely awful. Like, they're just genuinely awful. I mean, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, one of the best strikers in recent history in the Premier League. Let's be honest, as much as I don't like to say that because he plays for Arsenal, he's been really good for a few years. He's only scored 3 goals this season, and one of them was the bloody penalty. Honestly, awful. But it's Arsenal. And they might hate Tottenham more than they hate us, but they sure only ever turn up against us. Proper small club vibes that they've been giving off for the past 5 years. They really have. I mean, Olivier Giroud has scored more Champions League goals than them just in one night than they have for the past 6 years, I think it is. Or is it a bit less than that? Something like that. Still, small club vibes from Arsenal Football Club. But that's kind of what makes them dangerous. I mean, David Luiz got sent off against us last season, but that was honestly the best thing that could happen to them because rather than, attacking us, which they tried to do at the start of the game, they then just sat back. We couldn't break them down, and then they just hit us on the counter, and we were absolutely incapable of defending those last season. But they do still have those players. David Luiz, Aubameyang, Willian on his day. Let's hope it isn't his day against us, but on his day, they have good players in there. Lacazette, if he starts, even though he probably won't, considering he started against Man City last night in the League Cup. They have good players. Ideally for us, Martinelli did actually get injured. I'm not 100% sure on this at the moment. But, they have those good players that could really trouble us, even though they're so bad this season. They are really, really bad. At the end of the day, I can absolutely guarantee you that it will be a difficult game. Whether they turn up with a 4-at-the-back formation like they have done against City and maybe a couple of other games this season, or what I think is more likely, and they have done more often this season, a 3-4-3. And even though I don't have the best feeling ahead of the game, coming to my score prediction, I think we're going to get the 3 points. I think we're going to get the 3 points. I think we're going to do it. But I don't think it will be comfortable. I don't think we'll smash them, sadly. I think it will be a very close 2-1 win. But hey, I'll take it like last season. Sadly, there won't be any fans in the away end to enjoy the absolute limbs that they experienced last season. Sadly, I wasn't there myself, but it just looked sick. It honestly did. But yeah, that's my score prediction. A 2-1 win to the Chelsea. I would take it. Any 3 points, any dub, I'll bloody take it. But of course, to be honest, guys, that has really been it from me. Like I said in the beginning already, please be sure to subscribe to Blues Fans TV if you haven't already. That would be massively appreciated. Smash the like button if you haven't yet, if you want to cheer me up, if you're excited for the game tomorrow. And of course, leave me your thoughts ahead of the game down in the comment section below. Subscribe to my personal channel, which I mentioned in the beginning already as well, but I forgot to mention, it's up there if you click the I button or down in the description below, or just type in my name, Laurent Vescoli, onto the YouTube search bar and subscribe to me there. Help me reach 7,500 subs, 8,000 subs. That'd be massively appreciated for in-depth analysis the day after every single Chelsea game. Trust me, that really is the case. And like I said in the beginning as well, quickly, let me shout out our sponsors before I get into the last bit. If you want to order any of the new Chelsea kits, any football gear, full stop really, make sure you use our link down in the description below and use the promo code VAR65 for up to 65% off. But like I said in the beginning already, I hope you all had or are having a very Merry Christmas. And if you're not celebrating, just a good day off. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Really excited for the game tomorrow, even if I'm a little bit nervous. I mean, for you tomorrow. For me, it's not tomorrow. But I'm excited. I'm a bit nervous. I'm buzzing for it. But yeah, up to Chelsea. And I'll see you when I see you.